Blades in the dark.
You
Blades in the dark. Yeah, baby. Blades. Do they have a theme song yet?
Simpson.
Okay, I'll write one.
It's just Game of Thrones.
Blades in the dark. They're dark, and you can see them.
You're doing a great job. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Roll the Forge. This one. That's it. This is our camera.
Hello.
How are y'all doing today?
Every
Live
start
studio
and
audience.
every video we have had to do that. Not even just for you, but like every video we've had to be like, we're looking at this camera. We're looking at this camera. It's like part of the
learning curve.
The setup now is every opening we have to verify what camera we're in.
How are we all doing today? I hope we're doing well. Let us know in the comments below. So today we are going to do our session 0 for our Blades in the Dark campaign / Dragon Heist. We'll figure out what it's actually called in time. But today's our session 0. So we have a number of players around the table. Some may look familiar, some may not. Why don't we go around the table and introduce ourselves?
Hi, I'm Tyler.
Tyler, what is
Yeah, give me a question.
Okay, if you could be a type of sandwich, what kind of sandwich would you be?
Okay, hi, I'll repeat this. My name is Tyler, and if I were a sandwich, the type of sandwich I would be is probably... Ooh, let's take a blast from my own past. I would be a sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub on Italian herbs and cheese with Swiss cheese.
Some Subway?
Yes, I'm specifically giving you my Subway order from when I was 13.
But is this like your personality as a sandwich?
Because I'm Swiss.
Yes.
But I appreciate teriyaki, especially when it's sweet onion, because I really enjoy good onion.
Yeah.
But I put a lot of lettuce and pepper.
Great.
That's me. Nice to meet y'all.
Great.
I'm Liam. Hi.
Hi, Liam.
Hi.
All right, Liam, and your question is...
No, same question.
Oh, okay.
Same question. I'd be a panini of some kind. Like a pot roast panini with like carrots and beef and that kind of on like a sourdough bread.
Alright.
I'm
You're an artisan
I'm an
sandwich?
artisan sandwich.
Ritzy.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. Hi, my name is Delaney. I am your local redhead and part-time sandwich. And that kind of sandwich is... Have you ever heard of fairy bread?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're a sandwich that's just bread?
Would you like to explain to people at home?
Can you tell us all what that is? Because I have no clue.
Fairy bread is, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's like just
I have no idea.
white bread, and you like sprinkle sugar on it, and like, and cinnamon, and like just put sweets on it. Right? I forget.
Some what on it?
Sweet.
Oh, some sweet
So
on
what
it.
I understand
Like
about it, I
sprinkles?
believe it's an old Irish tradition where you would appease like the mythical creatures by setting sweet bread out on your windowsill.
Well, I thought it was just like a piece of bread with like sugar and like sprinkles and like
Maybe.
sweets on it.
Sweet.
Yeah, you guys say it like that too.
Sweet.
Oh, man.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeremy. I'll be the director for tonight's game and for the campaign henceforth. If I were a sandwich, it would be a Monte Cristo because I am a hybrid child and I am hot. Don't comment down below, please. Thank you.
Don't comment. No comment.
You can comment because he is looking fierce and we all need to just
Admire.
be kind.
Or be kind.
Be kind.
Just be
If
kind.
you were a kind of sandwich, what kind of sandwich would you be?
So many comment questions.
Yeah, you can put anything you want in the comment section.
Put anything.
So we are playing Blades in the Dark, which is a Forge in the Dark game, the original, if you will. It is a D6 system that is in a fantasy setting world during sort of like the Second Industrial Revolution of the 1800s, but has ghosts and supernatural things on top of
Just
that.
like the 1800s.
Our glorious panel here will be playing a group of scoundrels That's the key word for the playbooks. They're classes, if you will. So let's dive into those things, and we'll talk about how to play as we sort of go through different steps. So let me read you a little blurb about the game and the setting, just kind of in the opening of the book. Excuse me, I'm gonna die.
Free it. Set it free.
One day. So, the game, Blades in the Dark, is a game about a group of daring scoundrels building a criminal enterprise on the haunted streets of an industrial fantasy city. There are heists, chases, escapes, dangerous bargains, bloody skirmishes, deceptions, betrayals, victories, and deaths. We play to find out if the fledgling crew can thrive amidst the teeming threats of rival gangs, powerful noble families, vengeful ghosts, the blue coats of the city watch, and the siren song of the scoundrels' own vices. The setting. The game takes place in a cold, foggy city of Duskwall, aka Duskwall, or the Dusk. It's industrial in its development. Imagine a world like ours during the second industrial revolution of the 1870s. There are trains, steamboats, printing presses, simple electrical technology, carriages, and the black smog of chimney smoke everywhere. Duskwall is something like a mashup of Venice, London, and Prague. It's crowded with row houses, twisting streets, and crisscrossed with hundreds of little waterways and bridges. The city is also a fantasy. The world is in a perpetual darkness and haunted by ghosts, a result of the cataclysm that shattered the sun and broke the gates of death 1,000 years ago. The cities of the Empire are each encircled by crackling lightning towers to keep out the vengeful spirits and twisted horrors of the Deathlands. To power these massive barriers, the titanic metal ships of the Leviathan Hunters are sent out from Duskwall to extract electroplasmic blood from massive demonic terrors upon the ink-dark void sea. You're in a haunted Victorian-era city trapped inside a wall of lightning powered by demon blood.
Whoa, how do we get that blood?
The point of all of this is to create a pressure cooker environment for our criminal escapades. Traveling outside the lightning barrier is a very bad idea. So it's impractical to leave town and wait for the heat to die down after you pull off a score. Everything the players choose to do has consequences for their characters and shifts the balance of power around in the city, driving the action for a sandbox-style game of role-playing. Okay. Cool. So, you will be, so I'll have you make some selections. I'll talk about character creation out loud, but keep your decisions to yourself for the immediate time being. We'll do an introduction at the very end. That way you're not we can influence each other's kind of background sketches as we go along. This way you're not influencing playbook choice, action choices, and stuff like that. That way you can play the character you want to play. Yeah. It is, I guess when we get to the action dot stuff, we will do a little bit of conversation because you may want to kind of figure out where your focus is lying, like what kind of jobs you want to do, talking. Yeah. So if you would, I'll read off a little excerpt of what each playbook is. Character creation, beep beep boop boop boop. Cool. So there are 7. There's the cutter. Cutters are good at winning fights with violence and with intimidation. Play a cutter if you want to get your way. Hound. Hounds are good at tracking things down and also long distance combat. Play a hound if you want to choose your battles. Leech. Leeches are good at using alchemy and wrecking stuff with sabotage. Play a leech if you want to be creative with weird tools. Lurk. Lurks are good at sneaking around and breaking into places. Play a lurk if you want to slink around in the shadows. Slide. Slides are good at social situations and subterfuge. Play a slide if you want to manipulate and deceive people. Spider. Spiders are good at masterminding maneuvers. Play a spider if you want to assist teammates and deal with other factions. Whisper. Whispers are good at magical stuff and dealing with ghosts. Play a whisper if you want to meddle with arcane powers.
Okay.
Do we all wait? We just choose in our head what we want to be?
No, pick out paper.
Pick out loud.
Pick out a paper.
Ooh.
Unless this is what you wanted.
No, I'm waiting.
Cool. All right.
Should we say what we picked? Because
No, not yet. We'll do the full.
We know. We can all see the pictures right now, but they don't know.
We can't see it.
Ooh.
That's just
What do we pick?
That's
We'll
our
tell you in a
little
minute.
secret. You don't get to know.
Yeah. Okay.
Play along at home.
Just
You don't
so you know,
have the rights to say that, Tyler. We cannot say that.
Macrowaves will
Don't,
tell us.
shush, don't mention their name.
Trolls.
no, it's fine if we mention.
No. 3 times and they'll appear.
They will appear.
It's just
In
like
Trolls World Tour. Anyway,
it's just like Beetlejuice.
if you're not in quarantine, go see it. Okay.
So, now that we have our playbooks, we're going to make a number of selections on the page and then start to fill some stuff in. So, the first selection you're going to make is your heritage. You should find it just... I'm going to take these and kind of read off of them to remind myself of where they are on the character sheet. But you should see them just below look, the things that say Akros, the Dagger Isles, etc. I'll kind of read off their specific paragraphs. So, Akros is the largest and most industrialized land in the Imperium and is home to the capital city as well as Duskwall itself. They're known as a diverse conglomeration of cultures that have grown together in close proximity for centuries. This is somewhat similar to Eastern or Western Europe in terms of culture. If you want to be a rootless wanderer, you could be from the Dagger Isles. People there often grow up on ships and travel a lot before settling down. They're known as corsairs and merchants who live without lightning barriers, dealing with spirits in other ways. If you want to be from a culture considered foreign by the locals, you could be from Aruvia, a rich and powerful desert kingdom far to the north. It's another diverse land of varying cultures similar to old Persia, Egypt, and India. If you want to be from a place considered wild by the rest of the empire, you could be from Severos. Outside the few imperial settlements, most Severosi live in nomadic horse tribes scattered across the blasted Deathlands, surviving within the ruins of ancient arcane fortresses, which still repel spirits. If you want to be from a marginalized people, you could be from Skovlin, the island kingdom just across the sea from Duskfall. Skovlin was last to be brought under imperial rule over the course of the 36-year Unity War, which ended only a few years ago. Many Skovlander refugees who lost their homes and jobs in the destruction of the war have come to Duskfall seeking new opportunities. If you want to be weird, you can be from Tykeros. It is a semi-mythical place far away beyond the northern Void Sea. Everyone says that the people there are part demon. If you choose Tykerosi heritage, also create a demonic telltale, like black shark eyes, feathers instead of hair, etc., that marks your character.
Oh, so that's kind of like Panyar.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Do any of these give you special abilities, or is it just kind of like a background
No,
thing?
but it is one of the ways that you accrue experience in the game. When you use your heritage, you get experience points.
Okay.
Express your beliefs, drives, heritage.
Well,
or
I know where I want to be from.
Yeah, me too.
Once you've made your selections, please raise your hand. Thank you.
Tired peeking at my
I'm just so curious because I don't want to be the same as anyone, but that's fine.
It's fine if you are.
Oh yeah, I'm good with it too.
Yeah.
I just know what I want to do. So.
That's why I want to keep it secret, so that way if you somehow pick the same one, we can talk about that.
Cool.
Next, you will choose a background, which should be right next to that. The 7 are academic, a scholar, a professor, or student from Duskball Academy, a philosopher or journalist, etc. Labor, a servant, a factory worker, a coach driver, a docker, a sailor, a railjack, etc. Law, an advocate or a barrister, a blue coat or inspector, or even spirit warden, a prison guard from Ironhood, etc. Excuse me. Trade, a shopkeeper, a merchant, a skilled craftsperson, a shipping agent, etc. Military, an imperial or Skovlander soldier, a mercenary, an intelligence operative, a strategist, a training instructor. Noble, a dilettante, a courtier, the scion of a fallen house, etc. Underworld, a street urchin, gang member, young thug, or other outcast who grew up on the streets. When you have made your selection, raise your hand, please.
It's not.
You're not following directions? You lose 200 points on the SAT.
And that's exactly how science works.
Hope everyone's
So
having a good time.
underworld doesn't necessarily mean like demonic.
No, not at all. It means more like criminal.
It's more like criminal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
I keep looking at the screen instead of the camera. Hold on. I would
Selection made?
Yeah. Liam, I think you should scooch this way just a tip.
Thank you.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, something good.
Like this?
You don't move this, you can move that pillow. Whatever, you can figure it out.
Well then.
You're smart people.
Well, don't give us too much credit, Jeremy. Jeez.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next, you we'll skip the 4 action dots for this immediate second. Next, you will choose a special ability, which is in the big gray box to the center right.
Okay.
Alright.
There, if
Big
you
gray.
yes, if you are uncertain about anything, the first ability is usually a good ability, or I can find
Oh, I see.
a build for you in the book that can help you kind of think about what you want to be. If you have any questions about particular mechanics, I guess this is where I can start talking about certain mechanics in the game. So some of the base mechanics of the game.
You can see so much of the same mechanics as Blades in the Dark right here. It's so neat.
Yeah, this is the original.
Yeah.
So in the game, you will be using your actions to commit to difficult tasks or anything that gets in your way. I want to sway that person to listen to me. I want to skirmish with that monster and kill it. I want to shoot that ghost. All of them are verbs that act in sort of that sort of space. You can see a number of mechanics on the rules reference pages that I provided to all of you in your little packets.
Cool.
When you select whatever ability you're going to roll, you will roll a number of dice associated with the rank in it or the number of dots you've allocated to it. In some cases, I think most of you have a 2 and a 1 already pre-allocated. In that case, you would roll 2 or 1 dice respectively. If you have no dots in something and you try to roll for it, you roll at disadvantage, taking the lower number. What does that mean? So when you say that I'm going to roll this thing, I give you a position and an effect. The positions range from controlled, risky, and desperate, which determines what the enemy can do to you in response should you fail to roll. A controlled position means that you're in control of the situation. Risky means you're on even footing. Desperate means that your enemy is in control of the situation. And then the effect that comes after that is either limited, standard, or great, and representative 1, 2, and 3 levels.
Is this the same mechanics or as Monster of the Week as well? Or is this different? You don't know.
I don't think it's the same.
No,
as
Monster
They
of the
just
Week
they
works
just
on
go
a-
operate on
They go up to a
D6.
12. This doesn't do that.
Oh.
6 is a success in this.
There's how many
like
special
9 to
abilities
12.
are you able to choose?
You get to pick
Right?
one.
One.
Yes. And then to the immediate right of that big gray box, you'll see 4 kind of like dagger tick mark areas. That is how you level up things. You fill up tracks with general experience points or when you make desperate rolls in this game. And when that track comes filled, you can pick another section of ability in that specific track line. So in the one that says playbook, when you fill that up, you'll get to pick another special ability.
Got it.
Generally, over the course of a scoundrel's career, you'll probably max out at 4.
4.
Yeah, generally. So yeah, and then if you have any questions about particular terms, let me know.
We were only picking our special abilities.
That's
right?
correct.
What is a downtime activity?
So the game happens in 2 phases. There's the score phase, which is kind of like the intimate role play, where it would be the same as like in Dungeons and Dragons when you're doing everything.
Bookkeeping.
Actually. Yeah. Downtime is bookkeeping. It's stuff where like you take your rest action, you heal your stress, you heal yourself. It's kind of like world phase things, if that makes sense. Still role playable, but
So it's like
It's more
fighting
individual.
and then not fighting.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's the not
It's the
fighting.
mission. It's the heist. It's the assassination. It's the whatever
yeah.
job.
Cool.
And then downtime is like, cool, we got money, we can spend it, we can rest, blah 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 blah.
Cool. Sounds good.
Do you have any other questions about special ability? Did you select?
I did have selected.
Okay. Has everyone selected their special ability?
Yeah.
Cool. Next, you will choose 1 close friend and 1 rival. So just below your special abilities, you will see on the left-hand side 5 names.
Ooh.
One of them will be an up arrow, and one of them will be a down arrow. The down arrow will usually interfere with you in some course over the campaign.
Cool.
The up arrow is someone you can contact for information that particular subject.
So we pick one of each. One
One up
friend,
arrow,
and then-
one down arrow.
What's that bottom thing there?
Physic or a doctor.
Okay.
Knowing a physicer helps with your healing ability. What's that?
Yes.
Oh, I've seen that name.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're good. We good.
And then what's this word?
A pugilist, it's like a boxer, but without the gloves. A little bit more MMA style. Do you have any questions about yours?
Nope.
Okay.
I've been here before.
I'm
walked
assuming
the
blue
street.
coat is like a police officer or something.
Yes and no. A blue coat is
It's just anyone.
they're like civilian police, but
Got
they're just as much scoundrel as any other scoundrel.
Oh,
They
they're kind of like neighborhood watch.
They're the gang that have a badge.
Yeah, they're the gang that has a badge. They exert their own authority in sort of like the
Neighborhood-
slummier
neighborhood
pieces
watch.
of
Cool.
Dustfall. Whoever has the higher coin owns the blue coats.
There's enough coin.
I feel like it is.
We're gonna get so much money that we're gonna make them change the color. They're gonna wear red coats.
I'm gonna make a camera adjustment, everyone.
Get ready.
Hold still.
Here we go.
And jump cut.
Wow!
Jump cut.
We did it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm not jumping. Next, below your heritage and background, you're going to pick your vice.
Okay.
There are 7 vices to pick from. There is faith. You're dedicated to an unseen power, forgotten god, ancestor, etc. Gambling. You crave games of chance, betting on sporting events, etc. Luxury. Expensive and ostentatious displays of opulence. Obligation. You're devoted to a family, a cause, an organization, a charity, etc. Pleasure. Gratification from lovers, food, drinks, drugs, art, and theater, etc. Stupor. You seek oblivion in the abuse of drugs, drinking to excess, getting beaten to a pulp in the fighting pits, etc. Weird. You experiment with strange essences, consort with rogue spirits, observe bizarre rituals or taboos, etc. On the packet, this is now where you have to do a slight piece of homework. On the packet that I provided you, there's one page that has all the vice purveyors listed on it. You have to select one of them.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
select your
neat.
vice and purveyor.
Yes, you have to select your vice and write down your purveyor on the line supplied for that section.
And this comes into we're getting XP, like if we use this in game.
This
Or
is
like-
for healing your stress. In this game, you can heal your stress individually.
What's reconciled?
Reconcile?
Temple, spirit of the reconciled.
The reconciled. They are a group of ghosts who have maintained their sanity.
Okay.
Oh, this is interesting. Oh my gosh. So basically, like, you heal stress by using your coping mechanism. So, like, if
absolutely.
you were luxury, you're
Buying,
coping-
shopping.
Yeah, you're like what? Not a shopaholic, but like
yeah, no, absolutely a shopaholic.
no, but like what is it called when you buy things to lower your stress? Like that's literally a thing.
Treat yourself.
Like a treat, yeah,
Treat
treat
yourself.
yourself.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, that's oh my gosh, I don't know what to pick. Oh gosh, interview Liam while I'm doing this.
Well, it has to be one for whatever your vice is. So I would start by picking your particular
Well, no,
vice.
I know.
Also, Liam isn't special here.
Oh,
Everyone's
that's
special.
true.
Yeah.
He's not a special guest. You're just a normie now.
I'd like to think we're all special.
And normie.
Doesn't that
And
make
normal.
Doesn't that
Yeah.
make none of us special?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and
You
right
are
above
unique
it,
and
the
special.
Yes, the
Purveyor?
purveyor.
Everybody
You need
else.
The purveyor and the place. You need to write both. And what it does there, so that when you go, like, I know.
Do
Yeah.
we know any other information about some of these things?
Potentially, there are situations where you can overindulge in your vice, and if you cause a ruckus, they will not let you go there. So you have to find a new purveyor.
Damn.
And there might not be someone listed on this. Would you have to like?
I
maybe
would
craft.
still do that. Not necessarily. You could still like pick a different.
Well,
You have to figure it
well,
out.
if I'm looking at things like in faith, like
Sure.
what I don't know what the different faiths would mean for me. I guess.
So let's see. I could tell you.
like
Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh.
That sounds
Ooh.
like a fun place.
I don't know if my factions are going to tell me everything
Yeah.
I need to know. It some of it is like left vague on purpose, and
Okay.
you kind of fill that in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What is the first one? The Weeping Lady, right?
Yeah, the Weeping Lady.
The Weeping Lady, a charity and pseudo-religion honoring the first Lord Governor of Duskfall, Lady Devera, said to be a champion of the poor.
All right. What about Illisil?
Illicil.
Illisil?
There you go.
I won't know the names, but the ruins of the temple to forgotten gods. So the forgotten gods, there are still, since the cataclysm, lots of people have like given up on they've lost the like names of particular faiths. So the forgotten gods are like, it's like a whole table back here.
Oh, wow.
Like different. Yeah, all these are the forgotten gods.
It was used to be like a huge pantheon.
Yeah,
And now we're like, I
And
heard
some
that
of them-
one of them was called this.
yeah, and some of them are also like recently made up as well.
Oh, okay.
Like there's one that's called She Who Slays in Darkness. There's another called The Radiant Word. There's another called The Hand of Sorrow, That Which Hungers, The Thousand Faces.
Wow, these are such good god names.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
Village of 1,000 Faces.
Okay.
You picked?
Yeah.
Has everyone selected their purveyor and their...
Yes.
Cool. Next we get to do the sketch bits. So
Okay.
you should see I think the last page on the packet I gave you is a character creation.
Oh, we have to
page.
draw for this game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
God.
Okay.
Character creation.
You will now record your name, an alias if you want, and look. Usually an alias is a good idea. You could also not have a name.
Can you help me? Because I want to have a name that fits
Names?
But yeah, these are names. But I'm talking about.
I have no idea. It doesn't separate them like that.
It doesn't separate
Wait,
based
so-
on like where they're from.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you're just gonna have to pick.
Okay.
Anyone? Okay.
So just pick one of the names, or can we go with any?
You can look at them and kind of like figure out world stuff wise what would make sense for you. I think it's all
Family
very
names is your last name.
yeah. Family name is your last name, first names, and then aliases if you want a nickname, and then all kind of like the looks examples that it gives is on that page as well. I would pick 3 things from the list to kind of denote
And
what
write
you're
it-
wearing.
Write it
The
in notes?
looks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, name, alias, looks, etc.
Pick 3 things from the. This.
Yeah. If you're just picking from there, you can like write in other
Yeah.
stuff, but I would like think of 3 like important factors to discern like what the person looks like. Rules of 3, guys. Just use it. Just do it. Just do it. You also have to decide what your ghost mask looks like.
Oh, ghost met. What is?
So you get a spirit mask. While other people can attune to the spirit world,
Mhm.
you get a fine mask that allows you to see more, and you're not taken in by the stress of ghosts.
But I have to choose to use it, right?
Yes, you have to choose to use it, but you have it on you though,
Mm-hmm.
and like
But it would
using
count for my load.
Yeah.
To like pull it out and be wearing.
Yeah, you could like set it on like the side of your face, like some on-boo stuff, or like have it like around a shoulder,
Or it's like
whatever.
on the back of my
yeah,
head,
yeah.
hood up, and then
Yeah.
it's like
But it's always
Yeah.
with you. It's a part of your character.
hint at what I am.
You can read the word.
Oh no, we can, but I'm just saying.
I read it aloud.
Oh yeah, you did. Cool.
Oh my gosh, I'm so bad.
While they are selecting,
I'm still trying to
things.
pick my last name.
I'm just trying to pick up my first name.
How's everyone doing out there? I hope you're having a good time. Check out all of our other shows, like Shattered Glory, our Band of Blades campaign. Check out all of our Time Stories floor play items.
Floor play, where we sit on the floor and play a game.
Check out Forge Fridays, where I go over game design philosophies and techniques and tips and tricks.
He does that.
I do that. Check out all of our collaborative videos if and when they're up as of the timing of this video. Just go check out our stuff. Subscribe. Like our channel. Love us. We want it / need it. Would love to career this. Thank you very much. We will make merch at some point.
The first name and last name are the same here. Grind.
grind.
Up to 3 or any more?
Just 3 is fine. I think that's all you really need. I mean, you can pick more if you want, but I just need 3 key things so that I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out how to do my voice.
Okay. In that case.
Remember, nothing is written in stone here either. If you end up deciding to change clothes, that's more than possible.
No, you're right.
You got it. I believe in you.
But just for the beginning. Just for the beginning, I want it to be the right Impression.
You may change over time. You may get a swank coat. I don't know.
You're right.
If it also matters to like think about your character, let me see. Because it talks about like what each of the cultures look like. Ancestry is.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, is it like pick a look, pick a thing, and
I
then
really
pick
like
a
that.
clothing item that kind of accents like that? The 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
that helps a lot.
Yeah. Well, I was meaning this. You like.
Oh, 3 clothing.
Yeah. But I guess it also does like you could literally. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Cool.
Cultures. I thought it told you like what they look like. I could have sworn.
It does
I
on the
read it.
very back.
It's fair
it's-
skinned.
Yeah, it's just kind of,
okay.
that's all it is.
Oh, in that section. Okay.
Or like we're not skinned.
Cool.
Yeah.
666. It's always my hardest part when I play RPGs. I'm like, I have to listen to this name for the next 12 weeks. What is it? My WoW characters were impossible. Impossible.
Ooh, that's good.
It's interesting. Some of like the friends or like NPCs the book provides you with.
Can we have the same friend?
No. Almost every character sheet has a different set of friends. It's usually like it's to help you like tie in to certain organizations. Like me as the GM, I would take that in and be like, okay, you're friends with this person. Let's make this relevant, right?
Cool. Sounds good.
Sorry, just one, almost done.
You're not picking weapons, right?
Yes.
Me?
Sword has a blade.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a cool alias.
I think you don't overcomplicate it. They're literally just single word stuff.
I know.
Alright, a little while. Sorry.
Hilt, pommel.
Oh gosh, are you guys ready already?
Did you write anything yet?
I wrote 2 names.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're halfway.
Make sure to put pronouns if they go by any particular pronoun.
That in parentheses next to name. Yeah, whatever. Space.
Do you like this?
Be
Is
gone,
this the
demon.
content
This
you
is the
came for?
best.
Is this
This is
what
the
we're here
best thing you've ever seen.
Don't answer that.
Don't answer because
Write it in the comments.
Please don't write it in the
I
comments.
just want to see I just want to see one comment that says 1. Answer the first thing you said. 2.
Well, since you asked,
Yeah.
Ham sandwich. 2. What was the second thing?
Oh.
Yes, he's so hot. 3.
Thank
What
you.
is a knit? Like that's a knit cap.
Yeah, like
right?
a skull
like
cap.
something
or
that's like
like a
something,
beanie.
made
Okay.
hand
Hand knitted
hand
cap.
knitted.
It's warm since a
I
lot of people
like
roll
that
up
you
the
picked Tricorn
sides.
hat.
Yes.
I'm a pirate.
You got it? Cool.
Names, aliases, and looks
Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy.
initially
with it all.
decided upon. Again, everything can change.
No, I'm happy.
Minus probably. Well, magic is a thing. We'll find out.
I'm happy with it.
So we will go back a step and we will assign action dots. So you get 4 action dots to assign to your actions.
To a max of 2, right?
To a maximum of 2. So for example, some of you already have 2 dots in an action. You cannot put any more there.
Okay. So anywhere we want?
Yes. They determine the number of dice you will roll for that particular action. In addition, the 3 attribute boxes, the insight, prowess, and resolve, those are also potential resistance rolls for you, which I'll explain later. But their number of dice is determined by how many dots are in the first column of the box.
So how many points do we get to fill in?
4.
4.
My question
To a maximum of 2.
what is finesse?
Finesse is like lock picking, deft action with your hands, pickpocketing.
So we get
Can't you also use it for maybe light weapons?
You can also maybe use it for light weapons. The verbs are generally flexible, but you'll have more luck skirmishing with someone than finessing someone in like a hand-to-hand brawl. However,
Yeah.
you may have a better chance to injure someone like finessely at a gala party or something like that, right? So it just depends on the
like
situation.
a throwing
And-
dagger
Yeah.
or like a duel.
Yeah.
What is a tune? That's a new one.
So attune is an ability that when the cataclysm happened, it broke the gates of the dead, which allow for the spirit world to kind of like live on top of our plane. It's always like a thin veil. If you imagine like us looking at each other, right? It's always on the peripheral of like you see something move or like that feeling that we get in regular life.
Yeah.
There's always like if you focus hard enough, the ghosts are there. So in this world, there are what are called echoes, where traumatic experiences happen, deaths, murders, violent situations, where like the spirit realm will imprint that and repeat it over and over again in its space. So one of the examples in the book is like a fisherman who died. You may like attune and like see the last 10 seconds of him living, and maybe see like his murderer or something. Yeah.
Okay.
What does survey?
Survey is like perception. It like allows you to scan the site, but it might also allow for you to survey like a person and see like how they're reacting to certain situations.
Is that different from study, which is like...
Yeah, study is like book research type stuff. Schematics, looking at potentially an object. Study can like both survey and study can be used to sort of like look at a person, identify their mannerisms or something.
Okay.
Again, the verbs are semi-flexible.
What's the difference between command, consort, and sway? Can you describe? Because all three of those are similar in my head. I just want to know.
Command is that you tell someone to do something regardless of how they feel about it, and they might feel slighted afterwards. For instance, you may command your friend to give you information, but they're not going to be fans of you after that because it's like, why, man? We're friends.
Yeah.
Consort is if you have like a close friend that's binding by heritage or by background. So if one of you picked like labor and you were a dock worker, right? You went to the docks and consorted with some of your old worker pals. Sway is for acquaintance type situations where you want to persuade someone and you want to offer them leverage. It's like when you have to use leverage in a situation to get what you want. So command is being a butthole, consort is for friendships, and sway is for acquaintances, ideally. Again, all of this can be flexed, but those are the general main uses.
Gotcha.
Any other questions about actions?
No, pretty good.
Okay. So, we will now... I think that's everything I
1,
need.
2, 3, 4.
One second. I just need to hear. Go on.
What?
I just need to listen to something at some point. Just to make sure that I got it right.
A pronunciation.
No. Voice.
Tyler,
Yeah.
what is the name of your character?
Nyx Bostron. NYX.
NYX.
Just like the goddess of the moon.
This guy's doing a really bad job.
Of what? What are you trying to hear?
Oh my
We will
goodness.
find out.
can't.
Nick Basron.
Yeah, BASRAN.
Whisper, right?
Yes, Whisper.
What is your background?
My background is a noble.
BASRAN.
BASRAN. Yeah.
What is your heritage?
My heritage is Aruvian.
Okay. What is your vice?
My vice is weird.
And who is your purveyor?
Salia, in quotes.
What does Salia do, and where is Salia located?
Salia is located, it actually does not say. They are a spirit of the reconciled, and they move from body to body at their whim.
Heard.
What she does for me is I hang out with them and witness their possessions. Or just hang out with them when they're possessing a body.
Cool. Why don't you tell us what they look like?
So the words I chose were, they are a calm, athletic man. They are dark-skinned with shockingly white hair and blue eyes. They wear a hooded coat, so just kind of a coat with a hood. That has a long scarf, and they're also like kind of just wearing leggings, tight.
That's it.
I mean, like tight leggings
Yeah,
over top of
there's
like
probably
high
shirts.
boots.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
assuming
All right.
waistcoat with a belt.
Let's see.
Nice shirt.
How are you in? So, what's interesting is that being an Arubian noble, so there is a faction called the Red Sashes, and they are martial arts practitioners, but they also run some of the more luxurious drug dens in Crow's Foot, which is south of the city, and usually noble. How old would you think your character is?
I'd say late 20s.
Late 20s. So usually
29.
dignitary children come to this area as like ambassador training in Duskval, and yeah, so there's like a whole place of noble Aruvians that live in this city. So in what way are you noble? Like, does your family have a particular trade or export?
I think they were like of the noble family. I think they were directly tied into the ruling powers.
Okay.
Like a lower noble family of like the ruling powers in specifically the city of.
Yep.
Eldaura.
Eldaura.
The southernmost part of Arubia. Alduara.
Cool.
Because I read something about there's rumors that positions of power are openly held by demons.
Rumors are. Is that
Yeah.
true?
I believe that is true.
But you don't know for sure?
I say my character's yes.
Okay.
I don't want to make the choice for the whole world, but yeah.
So
I think that's part of where this comes from.
Sure. Demons in this world are based on elemental affinity. So fire, water, earth, metals, stars. They have like kind of like 6 general categories: fire and smoke. Excuse me. And is there any particular elements?
I was thinking like the wind or like the storm. I don't know if that
Storm. Yeah,
ties
storm's
into
one.
anything. That is one of them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Storm demon leader for your particular branch. Does this demon have a moniker of some sort? It's okay if you don't have an answer right now.
No, I'm good at thinking of things up. Sure. Moniker for this storm demon is this picture that kind of looks like a hurricane, but at the center is an eye.
Okay.
A blue eye.
Sure.
It's a white dragon.
All right.
Blue Eyes White Dragon?
And
Jaguar.
why are you becoming a scoundrel?
I'm becoming a scoundrel because here in training, I seem to bear the marks of the demon itself, and being closely tied into the abilities with ghosts, being able to see into that world. I don't know, maybe I've made, because I have marked as one of my friends is this other demon, and I don't believe they are of the same.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Who are your friend and rival?
So my friend is Setara, a demon.
Okay.
Setarra.
Setara is a fire demon.
Yeah. So maybe it's like part of the reason I'm a scoundrel is because, you know, I've turned away from this place, this thing that originally gave me power. Or like, you know, this ruling power I don't want to be a part of anymore.
Sure.
Since I've gotten to the city and I quit being a sash, or maybe whatever that was.
So Setara is potentially your new demon lord, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, someone I closely want to align myself with, because I've given up on the study of, because I think I was pulled by this ghost world and want to be more interested in that than training martially.
Sure thing. Who's your rival?
Nyrix, Nyryx. I'm a rival with them because they have more Y's in their name than I do. And they are a possessor ghost.
A possessor ghost. Okay.
Like solid.
Like Sally, but not as cool.
And do you specialize in anything in particular, being a whisper?
I have the ability to compel ghosts to do my command.
Okay.
So I've
So
been able
ghost
to
command.
kind of, yeah. That's the thing I chose was compel. I can attune to the ghost field to force a nearby ghost and obey a command I give it. I'm not terrified by them, or the ones I summon or compel, though my allies might be.
Sure. All right. Thank you very much.
Sure,
We'll come back
alias.
to you later, of course.
Oh, my alias?
Oh.
Yeah. Moon Echo.
Cool. All right, Liam, you're next.
Yes.
Tell me the name of your character.
My name is Milos Dava. D-A-A-V-A.
2 A's.
Milos.
Milos Dave.
Milos Dave. Dava.
What playbook did you select?
I am a spider.
Okay. Your background?
An academic.
Okay. Heritage?
A Koros. I'm from the Imperial side of things.
Sure. Who is your friend?
My friend is Salia.
Oh.
An information broker.
Oh.
Oh shoot, that's so weird.
Yeah. Right?
Wait, did we just crack a secret that we weren't supposed to know?
Yeah. Wow. And who is your rival?
My rival is someone named Jaren. He is a blue coat archivist.
Archivist, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue coat archivist is my rival.
Are they the same Salia? We'll play to find out.
Yeah.
What is your vice?
Luxury.
Who is your purveyor and where
I
are
go
they?
to Dunridge and Sons, which is a nice fine silk and tailor shop
Heard.
in the night market.
Thank you. Night market.
I'm not reading
All right.
all of your stuff. I started writing it and I was like, wait, I just need to know your name and maybe a little bit.
What are we looking at?
So it's young man, fair skinned,
Young man.
dark hair,
Mm-hmm.
brown eyes, is lovely to looking, lovely. Long scarf, loose silks, or fine silks, and a long coat. That for when they step outside.
God, you're so beautiful.
We all wear scarves.
We
We all wear
all
scarves.
wear scarves.
Does your character have a scarf?
No, I was gonna write that down though. Do we want him to?
We'll see.
I don't
We'll
think
see.
he needs a scarf.
It's like our Peaky Blinders. We just. It's my former sash. I wear it around my neck as a scarf now. Fuck it. Okay.
Let's see here.
Bucket.
Factions. Do stuff. P. Let's talk about academics.
Yes.
So, I have to look. There are 3. Where are they? They're before this page. There are a couple of academies, and I believe they're mostly in Whitecrown. So on the map that I haven't given you, it's in the northernmost. This is the richest part of the city.
Cool.
There are 3 of them.
Come from love.
There is the College of Imperial Science, the School of Magistrates and Political Scholars. Curricula include law, economics, Arubian studies, history of unification, and political sciences. College of Naval Command, the chief training grounds for officers of both Leviathan hunters and Imperial warships. Curricula includes naval law, void sea navigation, ship design and operation, fencing, athletics, astronomy, alchemy, and applied mathematics.
Okay.
College of Immortal Studies. The college started as a theology department, but now classes include history, philosophy, spectrology, pre-cataclysm studies, music, and theater studies. Oh, and there's also the Charter Hall Universities.
Okay.
There's the J.N. Hall of Alchemy, a trade school for state and private alchemy, including void water filtration, pharmaceutical manufacturing, and transmutation research. Admission and graduation are bought and sold by city institutions and merchant enterprises. House of Jurisprudence, called Barrister Alley. This collection of homes and taverns are each dedicated to a particular magistrate who teaches law to a small throng of students. The barristers are often in competition with each other over grant funds and wealthy patronage. This has engendered a bitter rivalry between the houses. There is Sparkwright Tower, School of Research and Development, sponsored by rival factions, the Sparkwrights and the Foundation, an exceptionally dangerous place due to their constant work with electroplasmic energy and the massive turbines housed in the school. Moreland Hall of Unnatural Philosophy, the nexus of secret societies spawning from the Path of Echoes, Forgotten Gods, and the Ecstasy of the Flesh, each of which vie for primacy within the halls of academia, as well as carry on their own cult activities in secret. Classes include spectral philosophy, introduction to modern metaphysics, and ethics and demonology.
I think I'm gonna go with the Imperial Science Academy.
Okay.
With the political science.
College of Imperial Science.
College of Imperial Science.
Sure thing. If you want to write that somewhere, just so you remember.
Where's the city of it?
That is. Let me see if it's.
The school academy.
It's in White Crown.
White Crown.
Yeah.
College of Imperial Science.
So. So it's pretty expensive to take college in White Crown. How'd you pay for that?
I managed to swindle funds from neighboring rival family of mine.
Do you think maybe that you betrayed information that Salia gave you?
To like sell it?
Yeah,
for, like,
yeah.
reason?
Resell of information.
Yes, I like the idea that I'm a purveyor of information. Secrets cost money.
Sure.
Cool.
So you sold them for an upcharge?
Yeah, basically the same secret, more money.
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
She's still your friend though.
She's still my friend. Maybe.
Let's see.
Yes, I still see it. Also, I think I come from a family that has moderate wealth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You're Akarosi, so you are from this general area already. How do you feel about Skovlanders? They were the last people
Yes.
to be taken in.
I think I
Most Akarosi treat them as second-class citizens generally.
don't care much for them.
Sure.
Just know what's going. Don't care much. Find their troubles to be irrelevant as to my experiences in life. But yeah, we'll see where they are in 5 years.
Yeah. What turned you scoundrel? You had such a prestigious college upbringing.
Yes. I was not satisfied or happy with the work being done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very ambitious, and I wanted to make a name for myself and create my own sort of criminal network without having to follow the rules that the academy imposed.
Sure.
And the hierarchy. I found it to be distracting.
Sure. Great. Starting your own enterprise.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, Liam.
You're welcome.
Delaney.
Yeah, okay.
What is the name of your character?
Okay, sorry, I was looking at my phone. I was trying
Are
to
you
find an
Skovlander?
image. I was trying to find an image that kind of gave off the aura of my character.
Sure.
So I think I found it. So my character's name is Caro Slane.
C-A-R-O?
C-A-R-R-O.
Sounds familiar. Carl's name.
Caro.
Yeah,
Caro.
That's literally the character he played when he visited.
Yeah.
Jeremy's character was named Kara.
Oh! For other D&D campaigns.
What was the last name?
Slane.
What is the playbook you selected?
I am the Cutter.
Okay. What is your background?
Underworld.
Underworld, sure thing.
Ja.
Only one who's used to the underworld. That's good.
Heritage.
The Dagger Isles.
Okay. Who is your friend?
Sawtooth. Physic. Physicker?
Physicker. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sawtooth. Who is your rival?
Grace, an extortionist.
Okay.
Grace.
What is your vice?
Faith.
And who is your purveyor and where?
Illicy, the ruined temple of the forgotten gods in Coleridge. And my forgotten god is the Lady of Thorns.
Heard.
Mm.
Temple.
Lady of Thorns.
And,
Did you listen?
Coleridge, right?
Yep.
Coleridge, and specifically the Lady of Thorns.
Yes.
So I believe that you can make the assumption and go across, but you can also roll for like what you're called.
Oh, I just went across. Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
did. Yeah.
So, Lady of Thorns.
She should be in like the second tier.
This one up here. There she is. Okay.
What does she do?
None of your business.
Wait, what were
It's
you
my
looking-
god.
It's my
Were you
god.
looking up what you have to do?
Yeah.
Oh, what your sacrifices are?
Well,
They're different. There's 6 different words. Like
Mhm.
some of them are congregations, some of them are desecrations, consecrations.
Okay.
Like they're
Okay.
different.
Things you gotta
Ritual. Yeah.
rituals.
What is the thing? Yeah.
Okay. Let's,
And my alias is Rosebud.
I think that was Grace's. Or no, Grace was something else. Yeah. What was your
My alias is Chime.
Alright.
Ding.
Hey, has anyone seen?
Ding. No, let's.
Why are you called Moon Echo? Like, why'd you choose that alias?
Moon Echo because under I don't know follow
Doesn't
I've
have to have
seen
an answer.
the thing is echoes being like those repeating images
Yeah,
of
yeah.
ghosts. Like I sit up at night and study
Okay.
and watch ghosts that are repeating and repeating and repeating.
Why Chime?
I open a lot of doors. I've heard. I feel like I have my finger in a lot of pies. People call and I respond.
Okay.
Pretty quickly.
So you're a man of business.
Yes, I like business.
Why Rosebud?
Because I do worship the Lady of Thorns,
And every rose has its thorns.
and I'm a cutter, so I've got my thorn.
Little thorn.
Yes, and so I'm a Rosebud.
Okay.
And I do we need to go over
So,
my
yes.
look?
Yes.
Oh,
what is
that's
it?
important too. Okay,
Yeah.
now I understand.
Yeah. Okay, so I am delicate,
Mm-hmm.
lovely,
Mm-hmm.
slim,
Mm-hmm.
rough,
Mm-hmm.
and fierce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The whole package.
I'm delicately
Lots of
rough.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of word choices there.
slim, rough, and fierce are the ones I chose to write down.
My look. I have a collared shirt,
Mm-hmm.
loose, like very loose silk collared
Mm.
shirt. It is like I only wear like purples and pinks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it's always like very loose, very soft.
Mm-hmm.
I have soft boots, and then I have my pirate hat,
Mm-hmm.
my tricorn hat.
Mm-hmm.
I did find an image.
Nice.
So he's a male model for like an online website for pirate shirts. And so he's not this brooding. I want to put that. And he is male. I will say.
Caro is
Caro is male.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Male.
He, him?
He, him.
same. He him.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what pronouns though, but Caro does identify as male. Less brooding and more neon shirt.
Sure,
and imagine
sure.
this kind of pose.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, I feel
Yeah.
it. I feel
Yeah.
it.
Dainty.
Dane.
He's
Sure.
a dandy.
Yeah.
Is it Dan?
And he is a pirate. So that's
Her.
Oh, so you have been out at sea.
Yeah. The Dagger Isles are like the seafaring merchants.
Cool.
yeah.
All right. So
Yes.
Underworld. In what capacity?
Ooh,
Like,
what do
your
you mean?
background.
I'm a pirate.
You're a pirate.
I'm a pirate.
So
The captain.
So being from the Dagger Isles, you were doing illicit things already, so transitioning to a scoundrel in Dustfall just made sense to you?
Caesar Danger.
Profit.
What was the name of your crew?
Oh.
Or your ship or crew.
The ship was called the Sexy Lady.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm with it. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here with
okay,
you.
well, let me write this down.
Why did it disband? What happened to the sexy lady?
Did she sink?
How often do you participate in the congregation of the Lady of Thorns?
As often as I can.
Sure.
I feel like
It's fucking.
you get a lot more out of it than the normal fanatic.
As much as I can.
Why Sawtooth your friend?
Because one time
Who the fuck is Sawtooth?
he's a like a doctor.
Oh,
I
okay.
could like get cut up easily and like
I'm so I want to know more.
yeah.
You
we're
just
just
get
friends.
hurt a lot?
I got hurt a lot. I hang out. We hang out. It's like we're drinking friends, I think, too.
Okay.
Like
Is this like infected to you?
yeah.
Yeah.
One time I got like
you're
something.
that person. You're a doctor, right? I have this thing going on.
One time I got like I don't know like really like he was the one that like I feel like he's the guy that we would go to.
Mhm.
You know, like after a mission gone wrong or something like.
Well, this is for you specifically. They can't use the visitor.
No, not
Your
my
old-
my
your
talking about my
old
whole
crew.
crew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he, like, this person had a relationship too. Maybe he and I had a relationship. I don't know.
Sure, why not? Why are you rivals with Grace?
'Cause one time she stole a lot of money from me.
Her?
And I have not forgiven her. And she is one of those people who, like, always pops up.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Just fucking everywhere.
Just everywhere. She's
Oh,
always trying to get me to do, like, these... I think even, like, when I was on the Sexy Lady,
Mhm.
like, she was trying to get me to do, like, jobs for her.
So you both worked on the Sexy Lady together?
No.
Okay.
Like, she would hire the Sexy Lady to do jobs for her, and then she would, like, take our money. You know, like,
Oh.
she's, you know, like,
She
or, like,
wasn't honorable.
she wasn't honorable, but,
Mhm.
like, it's kind of like a tete-a-tete, you know, like,
Yeah.
but sometimes I think that, I don't know, it's like the rival that you just love.
Okay.
If that makes
Okay,
sense?
yeah, absolutely.
You know, like
yeah.
Joke, like the Batman would be so sad if he lost the Joker kind of thing.
I don't know about that particular analogy, but I'm
Or
following your train of
the
thought.
Joker would be sad if he lost the
The
bat.
other,
Yeah.
The reverse.
Reverse.
Who's the Batman?
We're both the Joker. God, I fucking hate you.
And why just the easy transition for scoundrel life from pirate to scoundrel
Yeah.
instead of the sea, now land? Sure.
Yeah, trying to get my land legs back.
Something happened to your ship?
Yeah.
Leviathan.